Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to a highly illogical podcast. We are talking Star Trek. We are talking Squadron Part 2. This was a fan-made film that came out not too long ago. Bob and I, and by the way, hello Bob, how you doing?
Hanging in there. How about yourself?
Just about. Been a long week.
That it has.
So Bob and I, we've seen part 1. We thoroughly enjoyed it. This is a film made by Czech fans of Star Trek, and even though it's subtitled, I've already said this is the best Star Trek fan film, and arguably one of the best fan films I've ever seen. And I can't wait for part 2. It left on a great cliffhanger. So we're going to start part 2 right now. I'm going to do a countdown. Bob, you ready?
I'm ready.
Look at that. Nice logo.
Mm-hmm.
Got space debris everywhere.
Well, it's probably from that other ship that got destroyed.
That's what I was thinking. There's the Admiral.
Oh boy. So wait, the other ship's been destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're still going at it. Oh, this time the shields are up.
Štíty na 70% a klesají.
Hlášení.
Luanda zničila San Jose. Použili jejich prefix, ale náš se mi podařilo zablokovat.
Kapitáne, Luanda se zase obrací. Na nás.
Připravte se opětovat palbu.
Na naši loď, pane?
Ano, na naši loď.
Well, yeah, they're firing at you, so...
Look at the camera work is just so great in that shot. It was a one take.
Mm-hmm.
Štíty další
So-
zásah nevydrží.
Leďte přímo k nim. Zkraťte vzdálenost, maximální rychlost.
Admirále,
Hned.
poručíku, ruším ten rozkaz. To je
Delay
sebevražda,
that
admirále.
one.
Zásah za 20 sekund.
Splňte rozkaz.
Měním
Man,
kurz.
the
Maximální
Admiral's still...
impuls.
You know,
You cannot be overriding the Admiral without a valid reason.
Vypadá to, že všechno o federačních lodích nakonec nevíte.
Připravili jste mě jenom o trošku času.
Času, který admirál Nansen využije jako pravá.
I like the music
Potom to budou
for-
2 lodi proti 1.
for
Tady
the
nejde
Vorta.
o matematiku, kapitáne. Četla jste německého vojenského filozofa Clausewitze? Věděla byste, že už on upozorňoval na to, že válku vedou lidé a ne stroje.
Otočte nás a ustupte. Pošlete zprávu Nuku, ať nás následuje.
Ano, pane.
Co se stalo?
Ať už Luandu obsadil kdokoliv, pořád používá federační protokoly. Torpéda se neodjistí, dokud nejsou v určité vzdálenosti od lodi, aby ji nepoškodili.
A vy jste zkrátil tu vzdálenost.
Přesně tak. Takže torpéda narazila neodjištěná do trupu.
Admirále, zpráva z Ratiru. Je to od nadporučíka McCallové.
McCallová.
To je druhá důstojnice na Luandě. Co je ve zprávě?
Posádka Luandy byla prý celá transportována na povrch Ratiru. Nemohou najít
Oh yeah, they were all
kapitána
transported to the surface.
This Admiral's one step
Ta
ahead, by
McCallové
the
ať
way.
vydrží.
Yeah.
Takže Luanda byla obsazena. A nejspíš už ji přenastaví torpéda, aby se odjistila okamžitě.
He's showing the experience of a real, commander of a starship. He's really showing that experience. He's just coming through.
Zatím nemáme žádné škody.
Naše štíty jsou na 50%.
Sorry, when I say commander, I mean like in the command position.
Luanda se zase dává do pohybu.
Admirále, Luanda nás volá.
Sledujte ten rozhovor, kapitáne, a připravte se k boji. Spojte nás.
Admirále Nansen, ráda vás poznávám. Kapitánka Topur mi o vás vyprávěla.
I mean, one of the races we haven't seen yet from the Dominion in this show is the
Jmenuji se Imrina.
is the changelings. So I'm sure they're gonna show up.
Co chcete?
Well, my money's on that Trill lady being a changeling.
I agree.
A že váš neuvážený útok na nás by jí mohl ohrozit.
Chce bombardovat Ratir, admirále. Musíte Luandu zničit.
To neuděláte, admirále.
Wow.
Nezničíte vlastní loď s vašimi lidmi na palubě.
Just taking it how it is, just blows up.
Ovšem věřím, že jako příkladný důstojník federace se budete snažit najít řešení, jak svou statečnou kapitánku zachránit. Konec dobrý, všechno dobré. Nemám pravdu, admirále? Tak se zatím mějte.
Luanda se připravuje k palbě.
Admirále,
They should destroy it.
komandér Kolombová připravuje tým bezpečnostních důstojníků. Když jim vyřadíme štíty a transportujeme se na palubu, můžeme...
Ne, na to nemáme čas.
Ale pane, je tam kapitán Teplur.
To je přesně to, co ona chce.
Kdo? Teplur nebo ta Vorta?
Vorta, Inrina, chce nás zdržet. Chce, abychom zaváhali. A Teplur chce, abychom loď zničili.
Ale pane...
Luanda pálí kvantová torpéda.
Útočný vzor Maxwell Delta. Opětujte palbu.
Yeah, he's doing what the Vulcan wants.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly,
It's the right move because she's thinking in the best interest of the Federation, even if it means her own life going.
I mean, you know, it's kind of what Cisco said. It's like, you know, everything in the Federation is like paradise. You know, the war never reached Earth, you know, reaches Earth at this point. Like sometimes you got to make the hard call.
Přišli jsme o impuls, protržení trupů na palubách 11 a 12.
Můstek strojovně. Nadporučíku Medrano. Za jak dlouho budeme mít zpátky pohon?
This captain's more like a commander, and the admiral's more like a captain. You know what I mean?
Ale my nemáme 20 minut. Dělejte, co můžete, můstek, konec.
Snažil jste se jen ochromit a poslat tam výsadek, že?
Dlužil jsem to kapitánu Teplur.
Jak je na tom Luanda?
Honestly, like, how would you have survived this long without that admiral being there?
Spojte mě s Nukem.
Admirále,
Jak jste na tom, kapitáne?
špatně, pane. Přišli jsme o všechny zbraňové systémy a máme ztráty skoro na všech palubách. Štíty jsme obnovili, ale nevím, jak dlouho vydrží.
Minneapolis má zbraně funkční, ale jsme bez pohonu a téměř bez štítů. Jsme první na ráně, až se otočí.
Budeme vás krýt, admirále.
Ne, to nechci. Máte funkční pohon?
Ano. Pohon je asi jediná věc, za kterou se můžu 100% zaručit.
Admirále, Luanda se
Ram 'em.
obrací.
Nemáme čas. Kapitáne, mám pro vás úkol.
Otáčíme se, budeme v dostřelu za 30 sekund.
Soustřeďte palbu na vlajkovou loď.
Vidíte, kapitáne?
Pálku vedou lidé a ne stroje. Kvůli vám se pokusili Luandu jen ochromit. A to jim přinese zkázu.
Are they going to do the
Yeah,
tractor beam?
No idea, but it's definitely on.
Ta druhá loď se staví mezi nás a vlajkovou loď.
Pochopitelně.
The ship that can
Chrání
move
svého
needs to use the
admirála.
tractor beam to drag the
Palka
ship with the
dlouváží.
weapons.
Kapitáne DeSantisi,
Ano, pane?
zaměřte torpéda na Nuk a palte.
Nanuk, pane.
Splňte ten rozkaz nadporučíku.
Interesting.
Oh, I see what they're doing. Torpedoes are locked
To dělají. Proč
No,
na
ale
nás
si-
nestřílejí?
because they're gonna dodge out of the way at the
Zřejmě
last
nemohou.
second, and
Ale
then
blokují nám zaměření na svou vlajkovou loď.
Oh, okay.
Nebo jen možná pochopili,
so they're basically
jaké
leading
jsou
heat
krajině.
seekers to the target.
Krajině?
Okay.
To nevíte, jak Sun Tzu popsal devatero krajin? Rozptylující sluje krajina, jenž rozptyluje síly vladaře.
She's an excellent Vulcan,
co
by
ve
the way.
vlastní
Yeah,
zemi
she is.
bojuje.
Převádíme energii do přední štítu.
Nepřátelská loď se obrací.
Smrtonosnou sluje krajina, v níž jen bezprostřední boj nás může zachrániti. Neb jinak jsme v ní ztraceni.
Další takový zásah nevydržíme.
Ještě pár sekund. Ve smrtonosné krajině bojují.
Okay, maybe I was wrong about the trill.
Teď!
There it is.
Yeah, you called it, Bob.
Admirálův deník, hvězdné datum 5.1,
No,
8952.
Nebula class.
Hvězdná flotila k nám vyslala posily
Mhm.
a mezi tím probíhají opravy na Minneapolis a Nuku. Na povrchu Ratoru jsme objevili dominionskou výzvědnou buňku spolu s několika sympatizanty v místní vládě. Při pátrání jsme bohužel našli i těla komandéra Kavola a 6 členů jeho výsadku. Zbytek posádky Luandy byl zachráněn. Nám nyní nezbývá nic jiného, než čekat.
Můj šéf inženýr odhaduje, že
I thought
zbraně
that those
budou
ships
zase
were
funkční
smaller
za 2
than the
dny,
Nebula
admirále.
class.
Nadporučík McCollová se pustila do oprav naplno a díky ní máme zpátky i pohon. S vaším svolením bych ji rád nechal na palubě jako hlavního inženýra.
Souhlasím.
Děkuji, pane.
Jestli je to všechno, myslím, že všichni máme dost práce. A vy si, kapitáne, dojděte konečně na ošetřovnu.
Admirále, chtěl jsem se vás zeptat stran té mé žádosti o převelení.
Ano, kapitáne, omlouvám se. Ještě jsem bohužel neměl čas jí odeslat.
S vaším dovolením bych rád tu žádost stáhnul, pane.
I feel like this is being resolved a little too quickly, though.
Jste si jistý? Vždyť víte, že mám občas tendence osobně velet lodi.
I agree.
Myslím, že si zvyknu, admirále.
I'm just wondering what's going on.
Jsem rád, že zůstáváte na palubě.
Oh, more reinforcements. Is that a Miranda and Intrepid?
Yes, it is.
Poslední posily z hvězdné flotily právě dorazily.
Tady Nansen.
Gosh, Miranda's over 100 years old. It's so stupid.
Až po vás, admirále.
But the Intrepid's a nice touch, like, because that is a newer ship at this point.
Yep.
Oh,
They got the nacelles that move.
Yeah, that's the Voyager one.
Yep.
All right.
Wow, I'm gonna let you keep watching the credits.
Oh.
I'm going to, if just in case if there is any more, let me know.
Yep.
I need to start speaking. I'm a little bit. I mean, I like what they've done so far, but I felt like, wow, this is over before it even. It felt like this was a longer saga than it ended up being. You know, it should have been. It should have been. I mean, but it kind of got nipped in the bud very quickly with a little maneuver here and there.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I felt like they could have made this one part. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I agree. They should have brought this out in one part, and then I think I would have appreciated it more. But I still appreciate the story to a degree. I think it was very well done, but I felt it was concluded too easily, too quickly, for the structure of this story and how they gave it to us. It's a bit of a shame in that sense, but
yeah, they needed. I feel like in this part 2, they needed to give it like maybe like a Wrath of Khan type thing where, you know, the Vorta ran off for a little bit and they had a chance to kind of lick their wounds and talk things over. But it was basically one big long battle sequence and then the ending.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a good ending to this, but I really feel like this could have been one part.
Yeah, I agree. This should have been just one part, but for what it is, it's still very good. It's a bit bittersweet, but I was praising this so much last week. I really was, and I still am regarding how I feel for what they've done. But I do think they've concluded it when it just felt like it was getting started.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
I really like. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
I really liked the Vulcan. The Vulcan captain was really good, and I mean the Vorta was just as great as in part 1. I felt.
Yeah, I mean this whole thing's like when you watch part 1, you really feel there's more to this than just a standard. You know, we'll do a maneuver on them to finish them off type thing. You know, there was real cleverness when it came to taking over the ship and stuff like that. And there felt some espionage and maybe certain people not being who they are and certain maybe people stepping up to the plate. That never really materialized too much, which is a shame. Go on.
I mean, I did. I mean, I really liked the ending. I mean, there's a lot of times where when I try to call something, it's how I want it to end. And when it does end that way, I'm happy. So, I mean, like, when I thought that maneuver was really good, that like when they had the engines, they used the other ship to track the stuff, and then they just kind of grazed their hull or their bow, and then just like those other the torpedoes just hit them. So,
I want to people to understand that I am very well aware that to extend this story is not as straightforward as me saying it, because these guys, to make this sort of thing, it's not that easy.
And I mean, they did. I mean, the sets look great. The uniforms look great. The acting is great. I mean, I honestly felt like this was a really really good fan production. And as I said, I mean, my only gripe with it with this part is that it should have just been a part of part one. I don't feel like
Yeah.
there was enough here to warrant a part two.
If they, I mean, they watched our last fan reaction, so I would like to give advice as a viewer, as somebody who loves Star Trek and very much appreciated what they did, is that you needed to beef this up. You had something really juicy here, and it felt very organic, but then it kind of felt like you just chopped its legs off before it had a chance to get going. There were so many things I felt that could come from part one, and I didn't realize part two was the end. And I think if you made this three parts, it would have been just right. I do appreciate that it must be hard to do something like this, but all in all, it's a good job. Well done.
Yeah, I agree. It's as I said, I like as I said, I just my only gripe is that this should have been one part. I don't feel like there was enough in part two to warrant a second part. But I
Hmm.
really feel like if they release a part one and two to get like merged together, I mean I would probably just direct people to watch that because it's a really good fan film. It's under 30 minutes. It would probably be like
Yeah,
20, like not including credits and everything like that. I think it would be anywhere between a 25 and 20 and 30
I'm,
minute
I'm, I'm
fan
just,
film.
I just want to also like, I mean, I do agree, I 100% do agree with you. Um, regarding that, one parter for both of these parts would have been the smartest thing to do. I do feel though that I don't think they realize what what they had created in this show though. Like the back and forth between the admiral and the captain was fascinating. You
Well, and
know,
I hope they
it,
keep going. I mean, I
it,
love that they are bringing in more reinforcements, and they could have more captains in it. They could bring in new cast members and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like if they kept going with this, I feel like it would be obviously a different story, but we could see more of like the admiral interacting with other captains. Like there's Intrepid class, Nebula class, that Miranda class. We need is the Oberth class, and we got the original series.
the troll lady
Tropes.
at the end, she came like it's weird because we were thinking that she was a far different person than what she ended up being, which was just a regular crew member. End of the day, which is a shame, really. I just like I said, like these guys, they created something really cool and they gave us some really good depth, and people were really anticipating this next this next part, um, and I just wish we got more from it because you guys are so good. What you guys have offered us is fantastic. It's the first part, one of the best fan films I've ever seen, and it's just a shame that you concluded this so quickly. You've really set, like, sowed the seeds for some really good Star Trek storytelling, original Star
Hmm.
Trek storytelling, and
And I
I
mean,
want more of it.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah,
Dominion War stuff. I mean, as I said, I would love to see them continue on with this with new
yeah.
characters and new captains, set some adventures on some of these other ships. I mean, I think they had a good thing going when they had, when they had four different of the same style ships. All they had to do was change the coloring, and
Hmm.
but I really feel like that they had a good thing going right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would love to see these other captains come into play, and I would love for them to keep going. They've got a great. It looks like they've got a great production team and a great idea. Because I mean, we don't see a lot of Star Trek it's usually only based on one ship. If we see like a Star Trek that is surrounded by a rear admiral, but is also involved with other captains. And I mean, you don't have to have like side characters on every single ship, but I mean, it's a different dynamic.
For sure. So it's it's I just I don't know how to say this regarding this show, but I did say it was a good job. I just want more. I
I
really,
know.
and that's just credit for that's credit to them. I want more.
Zam
You
is
know,
frothing at the mouth for more.
I'm a bit, I'm a bit deflated that I didn't get more, and that's credit to them really because they've done such a stellar job with this show.
All right.
Anyway, I think we're done here, mate.
Yep.
What about you?
I'm
Very
good.
good.
As I said, I would encourage everybody to, we're going to put the link to the original into the comment, or not in the comments, in the description. Please go over and when you watch the fan film, please give them a positive
Yeah, for
review
sure.
and comment, and give them a like, because what they're doing is really awesome, and they did a really great job with this.
I recommend, if they're watching, that if they do another fan film and it's less than 30 minutes or 35 minutes even, just make it one goddamn film. Yes, just make it one. And if you're not, if you are going to make something into more than one part, then don't make it only two parts, because what you created in the first part felt like the beginning of a massive saga, and then it was over. I didn't like that, but I do appreciate what you have created so far. Fantastic.
By the way, if that Vorta is available, wow.
Okie dokie. Anyway, we're done here. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave some comments as well. Good stuff. Bye-bye.